name's Chris Quinlan. Welcome to Melbourne Musos, the Friday the 13th edition. See? Unlucky for some. Yeah. That was for you, Marcus. How are you? Marcus Sastamoyan, and you're with Cirrus Crown at the Workers' Club. I'm going to try and get there, but I don't know how I'm going to go. But anyway, I'm going to turn the creepy music down. How's everybody today? Friday the 13th. Oof. There you go. I've even got Mr. Whisper on. Hang on. I'll get him out of the way as well. So what happens is this is Black Friday, I suppose. '13. There it is, Marcus. You've asked me about 13. I did it last week for Brucey. Hello, Bruce, if you're watching. 13/8, 13/4, Friday the 13th. What you can do, last week I explained rock beat plus 1. So if you've got a rock beat like 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, treat it 4/4. Treat it like 8 quavers, so 8/8 as the time signature. Add 5 to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I've got there. Hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 Then you could do it like a 13/4, I suppose, like hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 1, 2. Ah. There you go. That's 13, you see. Now, I've got a couple of wonderful people asking me a couple of wonderful questions here. That's Marcus, 13. I'm going to keep coming back to that. 13. I did do it last week, so it's on last week's Face Chook if you want rock beat plus 1. The thing is, Bruce Aitken, you asked me about Frank Zappa's 13 because last week was Zappa Claus, you see. And one of his wonderful pieces was just simply 13 off You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore, Volume 6, and it's on CD2. And El Shankar, the very wonderful violinist, was soloing over the top. Vinnie Colaiuta on drums, and it was hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4, hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really want to explain it again because it's just a repeat of last week, but it's Friday the 13th, so I do it in a different way. Scary sound. Hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4. Hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4. Hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice that what I'm doing with the hi-hat is sort of playing against it. Because one of the things, if you're playing, say, hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4, hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4, hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4, hippopotamus 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll come back every 2, you see. That's a Stuart Copeland thing from The Police, by the way. There you go. All right, so there's that. Now, why, you are wondering, I have all these strange sounds. Because of Andrew Marshall, because of Friday the 13th, he's asked me about Haitian voodoo drumming. There we go. So I've done a little bit of research for you, Andrew. And here it is. I'm going to read something for you. Haitian voodoo, spelt V-O-D-O-U, known commonly as voodoo, is a syncretic religion practiced chiefly in Haiti and the Haitian diaspora, which means the surrounding areas. Practitioners are called voodooists or servants of the spirits. Voodoo originated in what is now Benin and developed in the French colonial empire. Ooh, and what you have, okay, in the French colonial empire in the 18th century among West African peoples who were enslaved when African religious practice was actively suppressed and enslaved Africans were forced to convert to Christianity. Religious practices of contemporary voodoo are descended from and closely related to West African voodoo and practiced by the Fon and Yu. Voodoo also incorporates elements and symbolism from other African peoples, including the Yoruba and Congo, as well as Taino religious beliefs, Roman Catholicism, and European spirituality, including mysticism and other influences. So what happens? It's a mixture, you see. And what happens? There's two kinds of rhythms that are quite prevalent. The Rada, R-A-D-A, which is in compound time, and the use of the Hemiola, which I go on about quite a lot, which is, I might turn that down again for a second, but what you've got is you've got the feeling of 6/8 being played in the time of 3/4. Both time signatures have 6 quavers in the bar, but the thing about with 6/8, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas 3/4, you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. And that's where the Rada comes from, right? And what I've got, the triggers are African samples, because that is the history of Haitian drumming, as I've just explained. With all respect, I'm coming at this as a kind of a de facto musicologist. And the source of what I just read out is on YouTube, the Traditional Music Channel. It's a wonderful reference point because it's like musicology. They go into the various countries, into villages, all of this sort of business, and they do field recordings of the music, and it's wondrous. It honestly is wondrous to listen to. And I've used things like that so much in the past for the show, you see. And when I come at music like this, I come at it with so much respect. I love the stuff so much, but I'm not part of the culture, right? I'm an Australian with Irish heritage, so I get a bit closer to Celtic music because I grew up in Dad's pub, which is Irish, the good old Dan O'Connell. They're fixing the steeple. I'm going to go in there for a pint and have a look. Okay, I used to live in room 5, 1963 to 1976, but it's got nothing to do with voodoo.